Medusa.
1,000-pound pig here. We're going to be looking at Medusa, the latest god in Smite. She's a Greek hunter, known as having a snake-like body and snakes in her hair. If anyone looked at her face, they would turn to stone. But now she is in Smite, we're going to look at her abilities.
I'll make everyone feel my pain.
But first, more importantly, we'll listen to her jokes.
Mind if I slither in? I woke up like this. No one ever wants to play peekaboo with me. I wonder why. Mind if I slither in?
And her taunts.
Fear me. Look deep into my eyes. Fear me. Don't tread on me.
Nothing really good in there. We'll look at her passive. It is called Sidewinder. Medusa suffers no movement penalty when side strafing and half of the movement penalty when moving backwards. This should help her box a little bit better, just in those one-on-ones versus other hunters. It's a bit like the Fatalis item, although when she does hit a basic attack it doesn't make her move faster, she just has a bit better movement because of her snake body, I guess. Isn't it good though to have a non-humanoid god? I love those. Her first ability is called Viper Shot. Medusa shoots out 3 vipers in rapid succession that poisons the target's hit, dealing damage over time. So it's basically a poison shot. You poison your arrow and you shoot it into them and it deals damage over time instead of just burst damage. I wouldn't suggest relying on the poison, just use it for its physical damage because you are a carry. It's kind of stupid relying on poison as the carry of the team or as the hunter because they are known for their big burst damage. Her second ability is called Acid Spray. Medusa hurls back and spits out acid that damages the first enemy hit and sprays out acid in a cone behind them. Acid spray will explode on statues Medusa has created. Her acid spray is not a poison, so don't treat it as one. Treat it as like a vomit or something. She spits out a vomit and the first target it hits, it then spreads out to everyone behind it. But this is a good item for wave clearing. You hit the melee minions and it will spread out into other melee minions and the minions behind, which are the archers. And you can get off some pretty good poke damage if you do this. It's a similar thing to Kumkana's belly bump move, as in you need a minion there to do poke damage to the other person in your lane. It is a bit of a skill shot, so you can miss it, but keep using it on that minions and you'll get that important splash damage. The third ability is called Lacerate. Medusa quickly slithers forward, grabbing and slashing the first enemy god she encounters. The slash leaves the enemy god reeling in pain, reducing their healing for a short time. So this can be used as an escape or an initiation tool, just to catch up to someone or escape from them. And it doesn't stun or slow them. When she hits the god, it does damage to them. It doesn't stun or slow. That is very important to know. But what it does do is it reduces their healing. So if they use a healing pot and you catch them with Lacerate right after, or it's Hercules and he uses Mitigate Wounds, or it's Hell and she tries to heal herself, you can stop that almost right away if you can time it right. Although it's going to be pretty hard to hit because it is a skill shot which dashes forward. And her ultimate is called Petrify. Medusa removes her mask, revealing her true face, delivering a powerful blast from her horrifying Gorgon gaze. Enemies take damage and are stunned if they are looking at Medusa. Enemies not looking at Medusa take half damage and are slow. Enemy gods that are killed by Medusa's gaze will turn into a stone statue and remain behind as a reminder to others. So if you're just dominating the jewel lane, you probably decorate the jewel lane with stone statues everywhere. You can destroy those statues, unfortunately. It doesn't really seem to be that useful, honestly, because you can destroy that and soak in the other team. It's more of a cosmetic thing. But this is a cone, and this is a move everyone says that Medusa will be using for team fights. This is a big setup. You can use it for damage, yeah, but it's mainly the stun which is what's good for it. Like all the other abilities for Medusa, it doesn't have a stun or a slow, but her ultimate does. So you can use that first and use your other abilities to kill them, or you can use it last if you want that really cool stone statue to pop up. The stun duration lasts for 2 seconds, or if they are faced away from you and you use it on them then they will only be slowed instead of stunned. And that will last for 3 seconds and that will reduce their speed to 30 seconds. But if they use sprint in that time, then they won't be slowed. So if you see an enemy Medusa on the other team, either face her and be stunned and risk being turned into a stone statue, or look away and be slowed. So Medusa is a bit of an ability-based carry. I don't really notice her doing a lot of damage with her basic attacks compared to other hunters, but she is ability-based, and even then she is more skill shot based than most hunters, I would say. Her 1 is a steroid, which you need to hit a lot of basic attacks on. Her 2 is a straight shot, which you need to hit that, and her 3 is kind of hard to catch people if they're running around. Her ultimate is probably the easiest move to hit. So she does have that difficulty with her still, just like other hunters. Which is a shame, because I'm in Australia. I was hoping I would actually get a hunter which I could actually play An ability-based hunter is something which I can play with over 300 ping, but guess not. She is comfortable in the dual lane, but a lot of people, and I agree, that she can also jungle and go into the solo lane. Like I said, she has pretty good wave clear for a hunter, so she should be pretty comfortable in the solo lane. Just give her Bluestone Pendant, Devourer's Gloves of course, and she should do pretty well. I would be worried about her escape. Once that has been used, then I would be very careful with that. And of course she would still be pretty squishy. I would not say she is a great solo laner. I think Neith would be better in the solo lane because she does have that ultimate which makes her reliable all over the map, while Medusa would just be stuck in solo lane. That seems a bit of a waste, so I think she's better off in the dual carry lane. But I think she is a better jungler than solo laner, both with her poison damage and her splash damage. Just be careful with her acid spray. It's not a good idea to initiate a jungle fight with your acid spray because it will only hit 1 or 2 minions. Use your 1 to stack them up, then use your acid spray to get a good splash damage over all of them and get the most amount of damage on them. Actually, I think she does suit the jungle role more than solo lane because she does have that great initiation of turning people into stone. Of course, they would have to be looking at her for that, otherwise she can just slow them for 50%. So her gank isn't that great. You mean jungle has better ganks, so probably a bottom tier jungle choice at the moment. As for the hunter role, that's definitely where she fits in. She should be able to outpush most hunters. She has an escape, she has a great stun and a slow. I think it's more about getting her into the team fights instead of just getting her to do single target damage because of that ultimate she has. Nobody really knows who she counters yet or what she is countered by. I do know a great weakness of her is that she doesn't have an ability to get her out of crowd control unless she gets purification beads. So the powerful and her Xbalanque, Artemis and Freya will be able to control her, so I wouldn't call her a top tier hunter. The mid tier hunters like Ulla and Rama, I still think they're pretty good and should be able to fight Medusa one-on-one. So I would put Medusa down the bottom around hunters, probably better than Hao Yi and Muzenkab. She is good wave clear and her acid spray can really help poke the other hunter down, but apart from that she is basically a walking ultimate. She can set up a lot of fights, so she's great for that, not for the damage like most hunters are known for. Though she will have a lot of damage, just not a great set of skills like other hunters do, which have crowd controls and moves other than their ultimates. But that is just my opinion and I would like to hear yours. What do you think of her? What do you think of the snake body instead of normal legs? I like it. It's good to see that again, just like old Arachne. A bit of a fast video this time. I'm kind of swamped with uni work, so I hope you like this. And I'm going to try work on more Smite videos other than this type of new God video. So I hope you can look out for those. Subscribe if you want to know when those pop up. And I hope to see you then.